All right. Well, here we go. A bit of Democracy 4. So, what we're doing today is a bit different. Gonna do 2 playthroughs. One going with Harris's policies, and one go with Trump's policies. At least as best as I know them. I don't have like their policy documents open next to me or anything. Some of you are like, "What policy?" There's no policy there, and that's explainable. Yeah, it's understandable, and yeah. So will be America here. You just okay. Well, let's start playing as America here. We'll do Kamala first because yeah, it's just oh. Can I change them? Okay. So we are the Democrats. Okay. So that's done. Where the heck is the cursor here? Wow, it just blends right in. Okay. I keep not being able to spot the cursor. Okay. We could go 3 parties with RFK Jr., but we're not going to do that. That would be just kind of strange. Oh, we're switching this up to blue. There we go. Okay, so Democrats versus Republicans. Starting debt. Feels like this should be a lot higher, and we should be able to move this a lot higher. I guess that's in billions of dollars. What's the U.S.'s current debt? Kind of want to look this up. We'll play with it accurately, you know. You say debt 2024. So okay, we're at 34. Yeah, 34,831 billion. Okay. So 34. We'll try to get as close as we can. Yeah, it's close enough. That's probably where it is now. Okay, so we'll do this. Oh, here we go. Okay, so yeah, this is Kamala Harris has just won the election. What's she gonna do? Oh, crime is really high for some reason. Let's see what ministers we got. Ooh, yeah, we got to appoint our cabinet. So for foreign policy, we're gonna show potential ministers. I want to say they appoint based on experience here, but that's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, I've had some strange playthroughs of this myself. Okay, so okay, so for Trump, we're gonna appoint all the guys based on loyalty. We're gonna go with the most loyal. For Harris, though, I mean, I feel it'd be like biased to go with experience, so we'll go with campaigning. So who's the best at campaigning? Foreign policy. Okay, Nathaniel, you'll be this guy. Why isn't it letting me appoint them? Oh, I said show potential ministers. Okay, higher. For welfare. Which is suitability, that's another one that... we're gonna go straight up campaigning. Economy, old bald white guy. So who's in charge of tax here? Okay. Lee, you're gonna be in charge of taxes, public services. We're just going through whoever actually wants the job, putting them in there first, based totally on their campaigning ability. I mean, they're equal. And she gives us 1.6 political capital, so we'll go with her. I'll explain what the political capital stuff is in just a moment, but okay. Sympathies with conservatives and socialists. This guy is Nathaniel Rees. You are a contradiction, sir. Okay. So, democracy, if you've never played it before, this is the whole screen. The entire game takes place here. So, yeah, you, geez, I'm wondering, where do I start with what all this stuff means? So, yeah, here's your popularity, where you're at. And this is who likes you the most. So, retired, patriotic, poor, socialist are four constituencies that like us the most. The trade unions really don't like us. I feel like this is wrong for Kamala Harris. It just doesn't feel quite right, but hey, that's that. Anyway, yeah, so that's your popularity. Then you have all these bubbles here. Okay, and what these are is things like this, for example, is food stamps. So you can see that positively affects popular with poor people, socialists, and farmers. Increases your health, as you can see down there. And it also increases equality in society. And then the reason it's red there going to poverty is that it reduces poverty. And it's green going over to poor earnings because it improves poor earnings. So yeah, you have your different branches here. So you see this is law and order, transportation, foreign policy, welfare, economy, tax, public services. Okay. Then you have this big thing in the center. This is your political capital. This game goes by quarters, so yeah, it's like every 3 months or so. And you get more political capital, and then you can enact policies or cancel policies or change policies around based on how much you have of that. And so, once again, if we go into food stamps here, we can raise it. If we raise it within this, that'll cost 1 political capital, up to here for 2 political capital, and all the way up here for 4 political capital. But to lower it, it takes 3 political capital, 6 political capital, and then 12 political capital. We only have 20 this turn. We can cancel it for 15, so we can just get rid of food stamps right now if we want. But we're going to keep food stamps. Yeah, I do love the graphic representation in this. It looks boring, and you're all like, what the hell is going on? But once you get it, you're like, oh, okay, this is great. So I can see like GDP here. So many different things affect your gross domestic product. So many different ways. Some things make the gross domestic product red. Some things, like your GDP, reduces the amount of foreign aid received. So you can see up there. Why do we get foreign aid as America? I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, you have those. These are your policies, the kind of gray ones. The blue ones are the things that are kind of immutable factors, like rare earth metal prices there, working week. So like you can change your labor laws to make that better, productivity and so on. So that's all that. The red dots here, these are the crisis situations you're currently facing. So we've got a bad respiratory disease, which is usually asthma. And you see tobacco usage affects that, so does car usage. Healthcare demand gets increased by having a crisis like this. The environment negatively affects this. So having a better environment reduces respiratory disease. There's obesity. All that feeds into that and whatnot. Then we have prison overcrowding here, alcoholism. It's that antisocial behavior. Skills shortage, uncompetitive economy, and a media monopoly. Okay, so we do have some crises there that we're going to solve, but we're going to solve it Kamala Harris's way. So we're going to have to figure out what she would do in this situation. So, yeah, we'll think about what she's kind of promised here. Roughly the Joe Biden stuff's going to stay. I think they were talking about bringing in some childcare, so we should probably do that. It's our first policy. She's going to want to put her name on something right away. And just kind of wish I'd flip through a policy document of hers just quickly before this, so I'd know exactly, like, hey, where we're going on day one. But yeah, we'll do a childcare provision first thing. Implement that. Okay. So, as you can see, implementing the policy, parents like it, capitalists don't. Increases productivity. Increases parent membership because more people are able to be parents. Increases parents' income. Reduces unemployment. Increases population. Increases people that are becoming socialists. Increases gender equality, and increases your people's view of your compassion. So, that's all nice and good there. And you have to crank this up. You know, it costs way more. Like, you can see the cost down there, right here. So that's how much we're going to be spending on a childcare program. Now, how much do you think we could probably get past Congress here? I'm thinking it'll probably be a 50. Well, we'll put it at high, not all the way up, but just high. And it's always free when you do this at first for your political capital because it's implementing the program and whatnot. So, apply those changes. People like that. So we got 4 political capital left. What else do you think the Democrats are going to do? They're going to increase the Race Discrimination Act. Make it harder to discriminate against ethnic minorities and whatnot. We'll do that. Only costs 1 political capital. Crank that right up. And then, you know, we'll bring in a wealth tax next term. Against the, increase them corporate taxes and wealth taxes and whatnot. Well, capital gains tax, I think that's going to go up. But currently we only have 3 political capital left, so we can't really screw with that right now, right? You know, some of it will carry over. Like, if we stop right now, we'll keep about, I want to say, like 2 of those for political capital. And you get more political capital based upon the competency of your ministers around you. So, is that community policing? Witness protection program. Do we have community policing? Oh, Gender Discrimination Act. We gotta crank that up. We're gonna have some affirmative action here. Increases democracy, gender equality. Conservatives hate it. We're doing that. Boom. Cabinet, yes. Well, like in Canada, they're cabinet ministers, right? In the States, I guess they'd be secretaries. So, okay, we'll go next turn. So it's been 3 months. Our unemployment's gone down a bit. Our education's gone down a bit. We have a policy that we got to figure out right now. It's an urgent situation that's came up. So we'll do that. So a website has become popular, which is highly critical of religion, followed by a cross-section of our society. Religious leaders have described the site as blasphemy and demanded it be taken down. There have been violent protests outside government offices demanding action. Ooh, I feel like we're gonna... I feel like we're gonna have to keep that site up. So, we can ban the site, which is highly offensive and which should take into account abuse of ethnic minorities. It's entirely reasonable to restrict publication of materials like this, which is likely to cause a public disturbance. Take down the site. You cannot give in to the demands of a small group of extremists demanding that we ban a website. Before you know it, there will be capitalists wanting to ban online archives of Karl Marx. Freedom to express people's views, even those views that are controversial, is one of the most basic freedoms of our society. Yeah, I feel like we're going to have more blasphemy here. So the religious don't like it. Liberals like it. We're not taking any action. Okay, so that's done. So we're having a drug addiction issue here right now. So all that fentanyl and stuff. That could become a crisis. You see, like, it's going up. And what'll reduce it is having more armed police, private healthcare, community policing. So those are all red. Then all these greens, that increases how much, how likely this is to trigger. Once it triggers, then it will have all kinds of negative effects. Anyway, so budget report. We're currently managing a budget deficit of almost $200 billion, which is probably a bit light for the United States. I mean, let's be frank, it's pretty insane how crazy their budget is right now. The government popularity amongst the electorate, we estimate a poll rating of 99%. That doesn't feel right at all, but oh well. And then they always have these hilarious quotes on the bottom. What we want is more learning in schools and less activism in schools. Scott Morrison. Anyway. Cool, so we got 25 political capital now. We gotta raise taxes on the rich. That is definitely what we gotta do. So, I think, yeah, we're gonna raise the capital gains tax to make it make sense. Boom. Go all the way up there. Increase how much we're making by like 40 or 50 billion dollars. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. No. Not that. Beyond there, it really starts affecting the GDP, so we're going to go up to about here. Increase it from like 15 billion to 47.7 billion. I think that's what Kamala would do. She'd be proud of us for doing that. So we're going to apply them changes. Okay. Going to bring in a new tax on the wealthy. That'd be a luxury good tax. There is no wealth. Incredible wealth tax here. Is there? Oh, I think we should raise the corporate tax also. They do that. So we're going to raise it from 15% to what, 20%? That seems Kamala-esque right there. So we have religious banknotes there, car tax. Payroll tax. I feel like that might go down. We got 11 to screw around with now. I feel like we should increase the amount of immigration that can occur. But I don't think they'd actually do that. Because that is just too unpopular right now in the States. Plastic bag tax. Diverted profits tax. Okay, yeah. This seems like something they'd bring in. So let's implement that. So what this does is we just say, hey, they made this much and we're going to tax them based on it. Yeah. Because, you know, companies, they just lie on their books anyway, so it's... We'll do, you know, that much. 23 billion more. Apply the changes. So we've upped taxes all over the place right now. I think we'll up labor standards after this. Should I think a minimum wage? Oh, we gotta raise that to 15 an hour. That'll be our next thing. And those are labor laws, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. That's one we're gonna have to up a bit. Well, I can't really think of anything else we can do right now with a big old 5 political capital. Let's implement something involving bikes. Bicycle subsidies. We could do that. Do that and a cycling campaign. We'll max it out also. So you see it improves your health a bit, reduces car usage, rail usage, bus usage, obesity, and increases environmentalist income. Let's bring in a cycling campaign. Let's spend $730 million encouraging people to ride a bike. Queen would do that for free. Okay. So our GDP's gone down, our unemployment's gone up. Yeah, that's how it goes. So allow foreign fighters to return. Ooh. Some of our religious citizens left our country to fight a religious war overseas, a war that in many ways threatened our interests and security. That fighting is now ended, and all the fighters have expressed regret for their actions and desire to return home. Block fighters from returning. When our citizens leave the country to go fight alongside our enemies abroad, they lose any claim to citizenship and any right to live here. Under no circumstance should they be allowed back, not even to stand trial. It would be an insult to our soldiers and security services. Allow fighters to return. It's a difficult principle to defend, but we have to accept that our citizens are our citizens, even if they commit crimes abroad. Or, in this case, even take up arms against us. By all means, prosecute them for their actions, but we cannot divide their citizenship because we find it inconvenient. I feel like they would, prosecute them, or more likely just drone strike them. But yeah, we'll block them from returning. Yeah, America, bitch. You don't stand up to us. Not like that. Okay, so we're gonna have a water shortage pretty soon. This is already triggered. It's gonna click in next time. Ooh, okay. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to deal with that. So we've cut our budget deficit by $80 billion. You know, just because that's how we roll, you know. It's down a bunch, so. We have not come here to beg world leaders to care. You have ignored us in the past, you will ignore us again. We've run out of excuses and we're running out of time. Greta Thunberg. Well, awesome. Glad to know that that's still an issue. You know, this was like the hottest year, like, ever by far. Yeah, right now, we're actually not trying to get to another term. We're trying to say, what would Kamala Harris do? And we're trying to do that. Because my way of running things is I immediately try to deal with the obesity crisis. With all these, I just, you know, increase how much the police get paid so they can deal with these issues and reduce that after the fact. And yeah, I usually just immediately go deal with the red stuff. Now, frankly, I usually play as Canada because, you know, I'm Canadian. So, yeah, get that egalitarian society going on also. That increases everybody's happiness. That's where you have equality to such a level that it's great. So what are we going to do this time? Oh, there was a thing that I saw that I was like, oh yeah, we should deal with that. Oh yeah, labor laws. Minimum wage, that's the other big one. Raise the minimum wage. Let's go up to there. That'll be roughly where they go with the minimum wage. Just I think. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how to reduce our water. Oh, it's not that popular. State water company, that's even less popular. So yeah, we're gonna have to go with desalination plants. Compulsory water meters. Okay, people love that. So we're gonna put that there, apply those changes. And then we had another one. Just that desalination plants. And I figure, like, yeah, they're gonna do that. We'll have those right there. Might have to up them in a bit, unfortunately, depending on how the water crisis goes. Okay, so now we've dealt with that. Oh, family planning. We gotta increase that. Oh, I think we gotta increase the abortion rights also. That one's gonna be a big one, always is. Arts funding, I mean, for Democrats. Increase that like crazy. Good old arts funding. Okay, drought. Oh man. Food prices go up 25%. That's about accurate for how things have gone in the last couple of years. Tourism's way down. Farmers don't like it. And we got a water shortage, which is further bothering the farmers. Once those water meters and desalinization plants get in there, which is going to take about a year, that should reduce that to the stop trigger. Our credit rating got downgraded because we aren't paying enough off enough of our debt. Right? People don't like that at all. So that's the global economy. It's a relative GDP. That makes our interest rate go up a tiny bit. Major donor abandons party. Oh no. One of our wealthy donors has just cut their support for our party. May have an effect on our ability to campaign effectively, unless we can find a replacement donor and keep them. Okay. Food crisis. Oh man, that's gonna happen now because of the drought. Yeah, and our debt is 1.7 or 170 billion now. A country without a strong leader will go down. Septipin Idrogan, or Irog. It's Idrogan, right? Anyway, I think he's Turkey's president or prime minister or whatever. So they want us to increase science funding. You know, I think we'll do that. We'll just do that right now. Ooh. Revert changes. We'll go up to there with that. Kind of a token change. Usually I just max all that stuff right out immediately. Okay, so we've already added crisis now because we have the big old water shortage. What's going on? Always terrible. What else would they do? What would they do with this stuff? Damn, curfews, wiretapping, secret courts, anti-corruption agency, racial profiling, detention without trial. Compulsory church attendance, wow. Torture used by secret services, wow. That's pretty crazy. Mandatory microchip implant. And that's incredibly popular. Wow. 70% of people are like, yeah, chip me, baby. Ban divorce, okay. Do we have community policing anywhere here? Is that community policing? Okay, yeah, I think we would increase that greatly. Increases, cost 0. Wow. Okay, we'll do that. Hopefully that'll reduce things. This makes it so, like, community policing is working with the communities rather than attempting to control it. Community policing encourages police to better understand the needs of local communities, especially in areas with ethnic minorities. Critics see it as expensive waste of money that can be spent on more direct methods to cut crime. So this is like in Ferguson. If you recall what happened there back in about 2015, 2014. It was 2012. But anyway, they had some big riots. And it turned out the entire police, like the city was like 80% black. The police force was like 90% white, and most of the police force didn't actually live in Ferguson. They lived in other parts of St. Louis, because Ferguson is like a suburb of that. Anyway, so yeah, this would be like changing that around. So make that better for everybody. Okay, well. Oh yeah, we're going to increase abortion access. Our next one. So you just need 2 doctors' approval rather than limited circumstances. And I think that would happen after the whole Roe v. Wade thing. So they definitely be moving forward on that. So we'll do that. We're going to ignore the water crisis that's going on, and we're going to increase access to abortion. I think that's what everybody wants. Clean energy subsidies. Well, I feel like we need to up those a bit. Jack them right up. Yeah, I think we do that. We'll say okay there. And when we got one more political capital, but let's not bother spending it. Let's say next turn. Okay, so I got the food crisis going on. Yeah. Man, we lost another donor? Wow. I don't think I'm playing Kamala Harris properly here. Anyway, for many years, certain pharma companies have been giving money and other favors to doctors who prescribe their drugs, even though sometimes these drugs were not needed or the ideal choice. This has increased in recent months, and while no physical harm has been done so far, it's only a question of time until something bad happens. So should we take no action? This has been going on for many years and nothing happened. Clearly there's no need to intervene and force regulations upon these companies. After all, the pharmacy industry is a rich and influential business. If other companies think their product is better, they can do the same. Introduce regulations. This has to stop. The lives of patients are on the line. It is unacceptable that doctors prescribe medicines based on their own financial motivations rather than what the patient needs. Regulations will be put in place to prevent pharma companies from influencing doctors in any financial ways. Okay, now I feel like they probably should do this, but they won't, right? I mean, they're not going to regulate the pharmaceutical industry, not in the States. So we're going to select that. Okay, so now we're at a deficit of 194.08 billion. Popularity's dropped a bit to 90%. We might have a drug addiction crisis coming up soon. Crime's gone up and poverty's gone up. Damn. Capitalism does not always exist in the world and will not always exist in the world. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Well, that is awesome. Anyway, okay, so that's going down a bit. Once the compulsory water meters and desalinization plants get fully going, that should end the water crisis. So it's like it's going to be on its way out, and ending the water crisis should end the food crisis here. Jeez. Because of that water shortage and drought. Yeah, once that goes away, the food crisis will go away afterwards, so those will both drop off of there. I feel like this is going to go way down because of the community policing. We might be able to get rid of all this stuff with the community policing. Well, now we got 22 political capital. What else do you think they're going to do with Kamala Harris term 1? Let's see what foreign policy ideas we can bring in. I mean, with Trump, it's a lot easier because, like, import tariffs, boom, those are in there. We're going to build a border wall, boom, it's in there. That we're going to have to try to save up our political capital to get. Just because, you know, then we'd have that. Tourism ad campaign? I don't think so. So what would they do with the economy? Well, I feel like workers on boards might be a thing. Diversity quotas. Ooh, maternity leave. 100% popular. They'll never do it, though. Not in the States. But we're going to implement it anyway. So you get maternity leave at 3/4 pay. Yeah, they get like no maternity leave in the States. It's all like part of your job negotiations. It's pretty crazy. State broadcasts there. I'm trying to think of what else they'd, kind of get rid of. Training, agricultural subsidies. I feel like with the food crisis, we'd up this. Just reduce the food price. So apply that. What is this? Private prisons? Gender transition, prison regime, narcotics. Can we do a needle exchange program? Is that under law and order? Yeah, we can't do it right now. We'll just say okay for this right now. On the next quarter. So we don't have to change things every time. It's one of those things. Oh, school lunches. I feel like due to Tim Waltz, we're going to be upping the free school meals. Just watched the last week tonight on this. School lunches in the States. Kind of what's happened there. Ooh, violent video games. Concerns have been raised in the press about the impact that violent video games have on the nation's youth. Some of these games are being described as murder simulators. Links have been suggested between games and violent crime. There's a proposal to ban certain games and restrict the sale of others to those over 18 years old. Leave unchanged. There's scant hard evidence to show any real direct link between video games and violence. In fact, there's a possibility they act as a catharsis that even prevents young people from being violent. This is a knee-jerk response from people looking for a simple solution to violence in society, violence that existed long before the first video game was created. Censor games, there may be no direct proven link, but you don't have to play that many games to see how the influence they have on impressionable young people must be having a negative impact on society. Video games are an interactive medium and likely to have a far more direct effect on impressionable minds that passive entertainment such as books, television, or movies. Something needs to be done. I feel like that's worded poorly, but whatever. Anyway, banning is a step too far, but it's important for parents to have the information they need so they can judge how suited a specific game is for their children. A system of warnings about content on the box or website selling games should suffice. I think we go with the warning labels. It feels like that. We're not Hillary Clinton that would be like censoring them. Or Jack Dorsey or whatever. So we're going to add warning labels. Okay. So now we're at a $231 billion deficit. Because we just can't cut some of that stuff. Strong families lead to strong nations. It's a Rogan. Well, anyway, whatever. The guy who leads Turkey. Is it Rogan? Whatever. I always say his name wrong. Even when I have just heard his name and see it right in front of me, I still say it wrong. Okay. Well, what should we do this time around? What would Kamala Harris do? We brought in childcare provisions. This is probably dropping. Okay, so we're almost at the stop trigger. Most of those compulsory meters and desalinization plants get there. That should be good. So we've added in free school meals. So that should improve a lot. Trump said to get rid of the Department of Education, so I feel like we're going to have to up the state schools. Modern textbooks. Actually, the states are probably going to have to put in vouchers. I feel like regulate social media might be a thing now. Cyberbullying campaign, public libraries, free parenting courses. But yeah, we're gonna put in a needle exchange program. So I feel like that would be a big thing that would be coming in. Hopefully that reduces the drug addiction crisis. And I feel like, does the needle exchange program help with the, yeah, it does actually. It reduces the amount of diseases people spread and stuff. And it puts them in contact with people that can actually get them in help. So, although it's seen as a negative amongst some people because it's, yeah, reasons, I guess. But what should we do now? I don't know what else to add. Labor Day bank holiday. Competition. I think we'd upgrade our work safety. It seems like something that'd be done here. One political capital, yeah, we'll do that. Probably upgrade our recycling also. Actually, probably not. It's the States. If you didn't know this, in the States, there's lots of places where they just don't recycle. Like, they throw all their cans, everything in the garbage. It's, as a Canadian, I find that bizarre. So. When I found that out, that there's places that they just, no, it all goes in the trash, and we burn all the trash, and that's that. Upgrade our foreign aid, I don't know. Speed cameras. Jeez, I mean, so many things we could upgrade. I feel like, oh, please say that didn't just, didn't screw things up there. Oh, no, you guys see everything. Okay, cool. Okay. I was going to look up Kamala Harris's policies quickly. See what else we'd actually implement here. Yeah. Well, I've got to say, I find Germany's very, very strange. Because, they have with tea bags, the tea goes in organics, the staple goes in metal, and the rest goes in paper. Okay, we're going to look up Kamala Harris's policies quickly. Okay, so why matters? Okay, so child tax credit will be expanded. And earned income tax credit, okay. Oh, first-time home buyers, down payment increase. Okay, yeah, we'll do home stuff. Which I believe is here. State housing. Family planning, child benefits. I was going to look it up on this computer here, like on the computer I'm playing on, but as you can see, it moves everything to that weird screen. So okay, well we can't upgrade that, but yeah, we'll add in. There is no, first-time home buyers benefit, so I guess that'd be under state housing. So we'll just up state housing a bit. Right about there. Go all the way up to there. Alright, so we got more projects going on. Can we... Okay, so our membership is shot right up. We can't give any speeches, okay. Damn. media stunt? No, we don't have enough political capital for a media stunt. I don't think we have enough for any of them. That one's only 3. Be filmed watching a sports team play. Yeah, here within my city, which is not good for recycling, compared to places like Toronto or Vancouver, who go pretty nutso on it. We've just introduced smaller garbage bins, unless you want to pay more property taxes. I think we're just gonna have to go like that. I was looking up Kamala Harris' stuff. Oh man, we got rid of obesity. Holy crap! National sports star gagged by foreign powers. When sports is a business, athletes need to check their contracts before speaking their mind. A groveling apology was issued to a foreign superpower who took exception to the support being voiced for protest movement in their country. Looking at you there, China. Now, our data shows we're going to have a potentially bad situation. Tax evasion on our hands if we don't do something soon. Okay, those taxes we brought in, though, they're pretty much at the end of their modifiers there, so we can just leave that, though. That's not actually going to become a situation. And hey, we don't have obesity anymore. How the hell did we do that in the States? It's just getting worse and worse. I suppose with houses and assets, then I guess I'd be a millionaire. But so are a lot of people. Boris Johnson. What a doofus. Anyway, oh... we passed? Okay, so we're past the stop trigger now, so the water stuff is going to be done now. So that's awesome. Yeah, actually, I guess the food shortage would do that also. That's what's happened in Venezuela with their insane food prices. So they had a big inflation crisis that led up to food prices going way up. How's our alcohol abuse doing? Community policing is reducing that. Prison overcrowding. It's just staying overcrowded. Antisocial behavior. Oh, that's gone right up again. Food crisis does lead to more of that. So okay, let's look at what have we done here. So this is Harris's policy page. A new way forward. Harris and Governor Walz are fighting for a new way forward that protects our fundamental freedoms, strengthens our democracy, ensures every person has the opportunity not just to get by. Oh, I'm not going to subscribe to anything here. Thank you, Kamala Harris. As a prosecutor, Attorney General, Senator, now Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris always stood up for people, blah, blah, blah. So cut taxes for middle-class families. Child tax credit and earned income tax credit. Through these programs, millions of Americans will get to keep more of their hard-earned income. Okay. Unlike Donald Trump. Blah, blah, blah. Make rent more affordable. Grow small business. I don't think we've grown small business yet. So let's grow some small business here. That'll be under economy. Small business grants. We're going to grow that small business. Or, I mean, this is pretty expensive. Really don't want to do this. I'll say a $10 billion program. Not that much. That's chump change. Yeah. just a little bit of cash. We'll do a business startup campaign. Start your business. Okay, so we're growing small business and investing in entrepreneurs there now. I don't know how we would put in an earned income tax credit. I mean, it'd be kind of like reducing income tax, but not quite. We brought in the capital gains tax, so... Oh, the tax for long-term capital gains for those earning $1 million more per year would be 28%. Okay, cool. So, I think our capital gains tax, it's kind of like that. So, okay, we're done that. There's a whole thing here about making rent more affordable. So that'd be kind of like those houses, or the state housing we've added in. We haven't added in rent controls. Can we do that? Yeah, rent controls. Okay, we're bringing in some rent controls. Boom. Love them rent controls. Okay. Take on bad actors and bring down costs. Geez, according to this policy document, Kamala Harris is like, you know, the Gandhi / Jesus of like the world here. It's pretty awesome. This policy document is correct. It's on kamalaharris.com/issues. Wow. Wow, she'd be great. Anyway. So, first ever federal ban on corporate price gouging on food and groceries, which would build an anti-price gouging statutes already in 37 states. So, okay, we need to bring in price controls on food somehow. I don't need that. You see all these things, most of them are kind of pointless. Like, this is your threat assessment, or who hates you, who doesn't like you. So the Evangelical Alliance has 1 million people there, and no real threats coming from them. We do have assassinations on, so we can't be killed if we cause too many problems for people. So there is that. This is just how big these circles are. So you can do things like, you know, which policies are popular, and it'll change how big they are based upon popularity. And you see the red ones are unpopular. The other ones are kind of neutral, and green ones are popular. You can see how much does this cost and everything. So income tax is, you know, huge. Military is huge. It's the states. And state schools is huge. But we'll go weighted. Just because it makes things a lot more kind of even there. Easier to see stuff. And then you got your opinion polls. Average approval. Wow. That just made our... Oh, okay, so this is after we got elected. So we've slowly been going down with our approval. We're still way above where we were before the election. You can see disposable income. And then things we've done, we've reduced CO2 emissions. Food prices shot up about 40%, so that sucks. Our compass right now, we're over here. We're liberal capitalists. We've gone from right here to back over here. I guess these are other people who played this. Anyway. So we'll move that off of there. Yeah, See, like, I was gonna bring up the Kamala Harris stuff on this. Yeah, okay, let's do it that way. Sorry, it's gonna kind of mess things up for you guys. Because it'll look all weird for you. Compared to for me. But, do this. Kamala Harris policies. Where the hell was it? all the things that are coming up are news, and then I have to go to the news to find where the policy page is because it's being overwhelmed by stuff. Okay. So, here we go. The Kamala Harris campaign, a new way forward. I want to keep the music going though. Oh man. Okay, now I've caused problems here, haven't I? Okay. We'll bring it out like this. So we can see. It's the Harris campaign. All that stuff. So, right now, you know, she's got all this stuff here, right? I don't want to organize. I don't want merch. I don't want to general anything later. Leave me alone. So, yeah, new way forward. Meet Kamala Harris. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, we went through the cut taxes for middle class families thing, just earned income tax credit and the child tax credit. We implemented a child care plan here already, so it's kind of done. We're at the take on bad actors and bring down costs. We added those business things last turn. For rent, we added the more state housing and rent controls now. But yeah, the take on bad actors and bring down costs thing is oh man, we should have taken on big pharma when we had that option there. Cap insulin prices. So on. So, can we zoom in on this? I feel like there should be a way to do that. Anyway. So, but we can't have any anti-price gouging legislation. That will strengthen and bring down the cost of healthcare. So Attorney General of California, Kamala Harris, took on insurance companies, big pharma, and got them to lower prices. As Senator, she fought Donald Trump's attempts to repeal the Affordable Care Act. Okay. AKA Obamacare. So, we're going to have to figure out how to lower healthcare costs now. So that's what she's claiming she'll do that way. Protect and strengthen Social Security and Medicare. We'll do that, I guess. Support American innovation and workers. Okay, these have actual policies in the game we could do. So, a bunch of stuff about various acts they passed. I'm not reading all that. TLDR. Too long, didn't read. Provide a pathway to the middle class through quality, affordable education. Okay. So I guess we can go down there and get to this that way. Okay. Close that for now. Okay. So we have to do some stuff here quickly. Let's do a political stunt. Perceptions. Have to be strong. Let's do compassionate though. Let's attend a funeral. Yeah. Oh, people think we're so compassionate now. Be good at that funeral. Yeah, credit rating got downgraded again. Hey, the water shortage is done though. Let's increase the interest rate though. I mean, we're not going to pay that, so I don't know what they're thinking here. Man, if our GDP actually dropped $6 trillion in like, what would that be, 1 year, year and a half? I mean, that would be just absolutely devastating. I'm saying I don't think that would actually happen, but hey, that's me. Okay, well with that water shortage gone, that's going to remove that in a bit. At least I think it will. Should. This guy is not doing a good job here. Luke Harris, I think we're going to have to fire you pretty soon. Okay, so for other policies we're going to do. was it? Okay. Our energy costs, tackle the climate crisis. Then the warning about Trump's Project 2025 agenda. Oh man, there's a lot more to this. Wow. I figured this was the whole extent of everything. There was apparently a copy-paste thing they did that with one of these policies from Joe Biden that said like Joe Biden still. Yeah. No, restore and protect that. Civil rights. Okay. Well, let's deal with the environmental stuff now, I think. So we're going to adapt to climate change. This costs so much money, though, the Climate Change Adaptation Fund. I mean, it starts at, like, the minimum is $35 billion per quarter. And it takes 18 quarters for it to actually even be fully implemented. So, I mean, that's, 4.5 years? And you know what, we got one election campaign to win, and then after that, we're golden until the end of everything, right? Let's bring in some adult education subsidies. Reduce that skill shortage a bit. We were going to improve everything with our friends, so let's do this and increase our foreign relations. Oh, we're at 0 now. Okay. Flag burning law. I think we'd allow flag burning as Kamala Harris. For Donald Trump, he's already set a year for burning the American flag, which is, I think, a ridiculous and illegal policy in the States, but hey, that's that. So we'll select that. Liberals love the fact that we let them burn the flag. Awesome. Anyway, Luke Harris, currently working as Secretary of Commerce, is tired of serving in government and will leave the position, possibly politics altogether. Okay, I think we'll fire him pretty soon here. Like Indiana Jones, I don't like snakes, but that might lead some to ask why I'm in politics. Theresa May. Awesome. Can't really think of other Harris stuff right now. Actually, you know what? You guys don't need to read this, but what I could do. So I could say no thanks. I'm going to click on policies over here, and I might be able to scroll through them without it affecting this at all. Oh yes, I can. Awesome. So we're gonna have to provide a pathway to the middle class now. So there'll be some poverty reduction stuff, which should be welfare. We already upped the minimum wage. Just the important one of that. What would Kamala do? What would she do? Oh yeah, we were going to I think increase immigration rules. Open borders. Oh, I do kind of feel like we should have an open borders policy now. But pathway to citizenship, it does feel like that's a with job offer kind of thing. So we'll do that. God, so much money is being spent on our military here. What kind of border control should we have? Armed guards and retina scans. Okay, we'll up that next turn. Because we don't really have enough political capital anymore because we spent it on the immigration rules going up. Actually, what we should do is go here. This costs 0 capital, but it's going to make all these guys less effective too. I think we'll hire you. Ooh. Yeah, we'll hire you. Okay, now we can fire people for 1 capital, but won't do that currently. Oh, we got to support innovation in American workers, so we do have to up our science funding a bit more. Support that innovation and the American worker. Lower energy costs and tackle the climate crisis. Let's increase our pollution controls a bit. Maybe a lot. Okay, so our GDP's shot down. Our health's up. Scott Morales is currently working as Secretary of Health and Human Services, tired of serving your government. Yeah. Where's the tax evasion thing? Okay, that's still not triggering. It's at the top of everything. The International Criminal Court has brought up charges against you for murder, rape, and deportation. Of course, you deny these crimes and refuse to dignify the claims by meeting with your accusers. You're sure the public will see that these lies for what they are. Wow. I didn't know that we'd get charged with that. I swear I didn't do it. So, I have as much chance of becoming Prime Minister as of being decapitated by a frisbee or finding Elvis. Boris Johnson. Well, you know, he's not wrong. Okay, what do we have? Oh, gun crime. Okay, yeah, we gotta do something about the guns. That's taser, firearms law. Oh, we don't have enough. We don't have enough political capital to up it even slightly. This is America, and they love their guns. Okay, use 0 political capital then. Yeah, we were gonna up the immigration controls, weren't we? Americans will love that. What's the food crisis at? Okay, so this still hasn't dropped back down. Oh, it's 6 turns till that's fully gone. Damn. Well, I guess that's kind of stuck there, ain't it? Tackle the fentanyl crisis. So I think we need to have public services drug treatment scheme. Tackling the fentanyl crisis right here. Okay. GDP's going up again. So awesome. Weapons of mass destruction are theoretically a weapon of last resort. They'll use as a deterrent. With this in mind, there's pressure for you to publicly commit to no first strike use of such weapons. Ooh. I feel like we'd say, yeah, we're not going to strike first. But I think there'd be no comments. You want to keep people surprised, right? Jeez, these guys are really not liking us here. Shouldn't have chose based on their ability to campaign for us. So we have a needle exchange program tackling the fentanyl crisis. Protect civil rights and freedoms. Well, golly. No, it's weird because I'm not playing this the way I normally would, right? So I'm like, what? Like, if it was just me, I'd be like, you know, all over all this stuff. You know, I've got my way to set up society. I do pretty good in this game, so. Faith school subsidies. Adult education subsidies. Let's up our education a bit more. From spending that political capital there. I think we've pretty much done what we'd normally do, or what Harris would be planning on doing. Okay, I don't think he's gonna last here. I think he's pretty much gone. So's he, probably. Oh, you're probably also gone there, Abigail. She's the socialist. People in our group really like us here. Yeah, me too. Me too. Citizenship test. Let's up those. Apolitical capital. Well, let's do a stunt. Change our perceptions. Trustworthiness. Eat breakfast at a typical builder's cafe. How could this possibly go wrong? J.D. Vance. Okay, go. Tim Waltz, not J.D. Vance. Still can't believe him in that donut shop. That's just brutal. Credit rating downgraded again. That is no good. Enterprise investment scheme. Yeah, let's do that. There you go. Hopefully that makes you happy. Please don't order me around, or would you rather I declare martial law? Rodrigo Duterte. He's president of the Philippines. He has some just batshit insane quotes too. It's pretty crazy. You know, I think we've already done everything Kamala Harris was planning on doing. So okay, we've almost ended the alcohol abuse stuff, and antisocial behavior is going down. I think community policing is actually maxed now for what it's doing. Okay, so we're gonna have to up our alcohol law. No, we aren't. Alcohol, low strength beer only. What we can do though is we can bring in a alcohol awareness campaign. That should reduce alcohol consumption. Maybe the nail in the coffin for that alcohol abuse part. This, okay, we're getting rid of the respiratory disease thing. So let's drop down because of the adult education subsidies. It's technology colleges. Might help. We do need to raise funds though also. What kind of taxes can we put in? Like a plastic tax, that'll tackle the climate crisis a bit. We'll max that out. Our deficit's now 362.5 billion. Well, it's pretty nuts. Okay, so alcohol abuse is gone. We lost a border navy. So I guess we got a border navy now. Telecommuting initiative. I think we'll do the whole work from home thing. Well, one thing that struck me about the whole JD Vance thing there was it was very clear he had never ordered donuts before. And let's watch the sport event. Oh, what, they don't like it? Oh, I knew we shouldn't have watched the sport event. Okay. Because you don't say just a dozen, random whatever. You just say, yeah, give me a dozen assorted donuts. And then he wasn't like, oh yeah, I like this or I like that. It was that he didn't know which. I mean, he talked about like, oh, you got the glazed there, I see, and all that stuff. Like for me, donuts, honey glazed was always my go-to donut. That's my favorite type. That's what I like when I get donuts. I don't have donuts that often, but I know that already. Credit rating downgraded again. A minister resigned. Oh. Okay, shit is hitting the fan here. So we're gonna have to hire somebody for this. God, you're terrible at campaigning. You're the only one who wants public service here. So we'll hire you. Okay, we're gonna have to do Gonna be in a debt crisis here. Our popularity is still incredibly high, so we should be fine, but as the election is coming up. So we got a speech to give. We'll do that. That'll make farmers happy. Okay, I want to make liberals happy, not unhappy. We'll make liberals happy at the expense of conservatives, because they're not going to vote for us anyway, but they're only 23% of the population, whereas liberals are 77% of the population. So we can definitely do that. Let's make the wealthy unhappy and the poor happy. I think that's pretty much the speech we're gonna... Ooh. Yeah, we'll do that. I want the capitalists to be happier because there's more capitalists in society than socialists. So this is one hell of a speech we're giving right now. Well, the other thing about that whole donut thing was that was just such an own goal. Like, he didn't need to be there doing that. They should have gone in there in advance and and dealt with some stuff there. Okay, so wait, alcohol abuse is over, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, if you've ever seen Primary Colors, which was actually a pretty good movie, with John Travolta he's like a guy who's running for president, and he's very much obviously based on Bill Clinton figure. There's a great scene in that where just after the New Hampshire primary, the whole staff is still in the hotel and they're all talking, and he is the candidate is in this donut shop that's open 24 hours. And he's talking to the guy behind the counter. There's nobody else in there. And he's talking to him, and he's like, oh yeah, Henry, I'd like to meet you, this friend of mine, and he, tells his campaign aide, who's like, the story's kind of focused around. It's like, oh yeah, this is my new friend, so-and-so. Who do you think's gonna take it this year? Who's your team in the, like college basketball or something? And he starts just talking to him, and as the scene goes on, he orders like a cruller or whatever. Yes. You're welcome, America. That was pretty good. But like, there's a bit there where you see the candidate's heart, where he's like, man, like this guy, he works 2 jobs, both 40 hours a week. He's got 6 kids. He makes like no money, and I mean, look at him. He's still happy. Like, this is about him. Our campaign's about him, making his life better. Doesn't complain about anything, all this stuff. And it's this real heart-to-heart moment. Now, I'm sure they were trying to capture that by having J.D. Vance go into this donut shop, because it really humanizes the candidate in a way that nothing else quite does. Anyway, of course, horrible misstep. Like, there's this single person that saw that and said, you know what, now I'm going to vote for J.D. Vance. Well, there were a lot of people that saw it and said, wow, that guy's weird. And, kind of like watching us watch sports or whatever. Let's think for our perceptions. Oh my god. Oh no. We're in some trouble here. Is there another one? Okay, so we got 2 more events we could do. You're on a televised genealogy program. That can go horribly wrong in the States. And carve promises in stone. Wow. Okay, well, you know what? We're just gonna take the loss. We're gonna come on to the next bit. Prison overcrowding's done. Debt crisis. That's going on. Holy shit, our GDP has dropped like a stone, man. Well, hey, at least the prison overcrowding's done. Okay, what are we going to do with Stargazy Steelworks Inc., the largest steelworks in the country? We can't have them go out of business right now. I think we're just going to do that. Still getting 95% of the vote, so right there. Do that. Make the religious happy. Try to make the conservative or the capitalists happier, but make state employees happier. Don't make the poor happier. Okay, there we go. This should help us get reelected. The advantage of playing as America is you really only have to worry about one election, and then you don't have to worry about your popularity. Yeah, I really thought America probably couldn't do worse than Bush, and I try to, I mean, Usually I try to keep politics to a minimum on the channel, even though I do have some very strong opinions about a lot of things. But, yeah, for me, it's, I don't know what's gonna happen after this election in the States, because, yeah, like, with this, it's really hard to do. So our deficit's $464.47 billion. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna have to start preparing to deal with all these issues here. I'll do packaging tax. And plastic bag tax. That sounds good to me. Okay, so the food crisis is done. One of our ministers has something to say. Oof. There's been long after institutional corruption in our military is revealed by a national newspaper. Falsified procurement contracts have been used to siphon out vast amounts of public money, personal bank accounts. Well, what a joy. Okay, so now we get emergency powers because of the debt crisis. Gives us a huge amount of political capital. Now we can make manifesto promises. So... let's raise up the private prisons. Do that. Secularity in education. Like that. I don't think we're going to cut the income tax 25%. Let's make a pledge to cut military spending by 50%. Which is something the U.S. should probably do at some point, but... that speech right there. That should be good. Yes, I believe it is. Okay, so we got emergency powers for now. Deal with the debt crisis. I just don't want to deal with this right before the election because we're going to piss a lot of people off. We are about to have a competitive economy. Okay, so that we've cut a bunch of spending. That. Okay, bring in a new tax. Junk food tax, I mean... the automation tax, I mean, it's... Okay, let's see how we're doing. Oh, we're just trouncing the Republicans here. Okay, let's, fire you. Fire you. Roll the yellow so you're both gonna get fired. Okay, yeah, there we go. Shuffle the cabinet. Those guys can all stay. And then we're going to hire based on experience. Suitability. Okay, we'll put them up top. Ooh, okay. Give us 2.2. Retired middle income. Yeah, we should keep those people good. Good and happy. Economy, 1.8. 2.1. You know, it's not just about, because these guys will give you 2.1 political capital return compared to 1.8. But, the experience and who they're sympathetic with. I mean, we're not good with conservatives or capitalists right now, so we'll go with the guy who, socialists and parents. Yeah. Well, in the States, between both political parties, the biggest group is non-voters, right? It's, conservatives, commuters, what about you? Patriots and commuters. You Boris Johnson-looking guy, Matthew Jones there. And law and order. Conservatives, capitalist, religious capitalist. Socialists and state employees, I think we'll go with you. Okay, there we go. Hey, skill shortage is gone. Awesome. Support democracy protests. Yeah, we're going to support them. So the GDP has dropped considerably. Interest rates pretty high. Our debt's going higher. Reduced the deficit by a bunch there. Okay, there we go. So that's going to drop down to where we promised. Where our manifesto promises. Private prisons, secularity of education. Where's private prisons? Well, we're going to bring in more private prisons, right? Yeah, raised by 50%. Okay, where's the private prisons at? Ah, there we go. That. And we can't raise our secularity of education currently, really, can we? So we're going to have to spend 9 to go up there, and then we're going to have to do higher in the next turn. Yeah, we're gonna have to allow the drilling just because we need stuff to go up. Normally would never allow that. When I'm Kamala Harris, Democrat in my second term, I'm gonna govern from the right from now on. And that's just how it is. Jeez. And maxing that out wouldn't work. Tax can we bring in? Punitive wealth tax, financial transaction tax, religious tax. Tax. I think we're going to have to go with public tax returns also, because that prevents corruption. Just do that. Okay, well, whatever. They can hate us as much as they want now. Just to be a bunch of haters. Oh. Hillary Clinton is one of the most vicious serial killers this planet has ever seen. Alex Jones. Classic Alex Jones. Okay, we're going to implement that to the max. That way we can raise taxes without worries. Oh. So we do need to tackle this debt crisis, right? We're going to support the law, whatever. Who cares about that? Yeah, he got sued by the Sandy Hook victims. He was making the parents, because he said that didn't happen. So then like a bunch of people continually harassed the parents, being like, "You're just a crisis actor, aren't you?" For me personally, marriage is a man and a woman living together. Angela Merkel. All right. Yeah. So I mean, the thing about Alex Jones also is he doesn't believe what he's saying, which I know is... I mean, he at least struck me as a good faith actor in that he believed the crazy shit he says. But no. He doesn't actually believe any of it. It's all about money. I mean, like the supplements he sells. Yeah, he makes... Oh, what was it? $100 and some million a year off those supplements. Oh, that has dropped dramatically since he got banned from various social media platforms and stuff. Okay, so our deficit's 158.73. Gotta figure out a way to drop that a bit more. Drop state pensions down. Not liking doing this, but we gotta get this whole GDP thing under control. So that's another 15 billion. Didn't mean to do that. State schools. Maybe we just up that. Okay, let's bring another tax. Junk food tax, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, let's see where we're at. We've got an egalitarian society now, so that's awesome. Real awesome. We need to appoint a senior judge. So Edgar Lopez, strong supporter of human rights. I think we go with that. Okay, we got a $68 billion deficit, so we're close to being out of that. Real close. Tax, financial transaction tax, Okay, I think we're close to being there. Cynical voters. They just don't like that, huh? War has broken out in a neighboring country, causing tensions along the border with them. We're seeing an influx of refugees as well as trade being stemmed. Oof. Okay, well that's no good. Our deficit's down to 158.88 million. Okay, that's beautiful. So, yeah, the angels of heavenly justice don't like us anymore. Well, that sucks. It's a well-known fact that reality has a liberal bias. Stephen Colbert. Okay, well, we're almost out of that deficit thing. Once our credit rating goes up, that'll really drop the GDP and we can raise some other stuff up. Let's legalize LSD while we're here. That'll increase how much we get from recreational drug taxes. So that should be enough to, second home tax. Or empty home tax. There we go. Okay. So we got a brain drain right now, but that sucks. Let's support the strikers. Another religious plot. Where are they at? Okay, so they really don't like us, these angels of heavenly justice. That could be a problem. They could assassinate us pretty soon. Okay. I'd personally like to see the Human Rights Act go because I think we've had some problems with it, Theresa May. Well, that's why you went, Theresa May. Okay, so once this debt crisis is dealt with, though, we start really upping stuff again. Where it was. So, almost done with that. How about antisocial behavior? Where's that gone? It's dropped down considerably. I feel like we're gonna have to fund the police a bit more. And, where's the intelligence services? Just don't want to get assassinated here. So we still have 26 political capital. We're gonna have to start dealing with the problems that come from having raised taxes so much, which has made us quite unpopular. But did we finish oh, we didn't raise our secularity of education all the way up here yet. Up there. Stamps. Okay. Hey, I'll send the troops to safeguard the oil supplies. Why not? So tax evasion could become a serious problem pretty quick here. I was a high school teacher. I'm a strong advocate for women's rights, and I'm not a woman. Justin Trudeau. Okay, so we still have that big surplus. I think what we need now for this, compulsory work for the unemployed. UBI. compulsory work for the unemployed. Try to reduce unemployment that way. We'll also up the post office a bunch here. So that reduces unemployment also. Journalist jailed, so that sucks. Unemployment's going down a bit. The global economy is starting to finally rise up. We just need the, if we get our credit rating upgraded, we'll be doing just dandy. So we're just holding out for that to happen. It's like, as you can see here, the debt interest is our major expenditure right now, right? But we've, really increased our income and stuff. So, joys of having emergency powers over the debt crisis. We need to do some stuff to raise our GDP up. That'll reduce unemployment a bunch. Something else that reduces unemployment. Technology grants. We really don't need the desalinization plants anymore. We're going to cancel that policy. So that should improve some stuff there. Okay. Shit, we got corporate exodus now, damn. Guess we got another donor. I think with Trump we'll try to extend the term limits, but with Harris here we're going to leave it. Yeah, we'll sign a nuclear test treaty ban. Reckless spending is not a vision, it's a burden on current and future generations. Scott Morrison, okay. Still have a $9 billion surplus. That corporate exodus might cause problems though. Just wondering when is this going to stop? When we're paying our debt, we got a surplus. Really figured we'd be done with that by now. Really did. You want to lower corporate taxes? We will lower corporate taxes. And go down to about there. Well, we can't even really lower them that much right now. So we got a $9 billion surplus, but once the corporate exodus negatives kick in, that's going to reduce that. But so I kind of want to just see where we are next turn. Let's see, our unemployment's going down, crime's going down, poverty's going down. So hopefully this will keep dropping for a bit. GDP's kind of evened out. Do rare earth metals mining for now. Do that. Oh yeah, we're gonna support the LGBT teaching stuff. GDP's going up. Unemployment's down a lot more. Told by President Obama that in respect to international trade, that we would have to get back to the back of the queue, not a position that America normally requires the United Kingdom to be in when it comes to other matters, such as the Iraq War. Okay. Okay, the world economy's going up, so surplus is even higher. Let's drop the corporate tax rate. We can bring it down to like there. So hopefully that'll get rid of the uncompetitive economy and corporate exodus. People like toll roads? Okay. That seems very strange. Civil servants are striking. Well, that's awesome. So GDP's going up again, unemployment's going down. I feel like we're on the right path now. I truly believe that firearms in the hands of law-abiding citizens makes their families and communities more safe, not less safe. Alright. We forgot to upgrade our gun. Ah. I mean, we are Democrats here, right? So there we go. Gun law is upgraded. We still have 9. How do we... I guess once we reduce unemployment enough, that should make that antisocial behavior stop. So, we're kind of on our way there with that. Cancel that policy, save the $1 billion a year. Raise the tobacco tax, I think. That would help get rid of this. Oh, we've almost gotten there with the... getting rid of the respiratory disease crisis. Farm security service, why not? So you don't like this mortgage tax relief. You know what? I think Kamala Harris would do that, so we'll do this. I myself know some people who are gay. We're on friendly terms. I'm not prejudiced in any way. Vladimir Putin. Well, that sounds trustworthy to me. Unemployment's dropped even further. Okay, so like all the stuff's going in the right directions. We're just waiting for the budget report for our interest rate to change. So we can get that back down to it was at 1.9% at one point at the start of this. Okay, cool. The debt crisis is going down. getting away from it. Let's raise the price of tobacco. Reduce the tobacco usage. Stop that there. Yay, credit rating upgraded. That's awesome. So that drops our interest rate by 0.5 point. Unemployment's continuing to go down, GDP's continuing to go up. Tax evasion. It's getting pretty close there. So we're still at a BB for that. $185 billion surplus. I think we're going to get rid of the corporate tax. And we'll drop our income tax a fair bit here. Not all the way down, but right about there. Okay. So that should get rid of the brain drain, the uncompetitive economy, and the corporate exodus. Or at least be close to that. Let's bring in a tourism ad campaign. More people coming over here seeing us now. I'll bring an organ donation. Why not further piss off all these religious people that are planning on killing us? Social Justice Foundation. Let's put in a trade council. So we had a minister who resigned. We're having some serious problems here now. You know what? At this point, we don't really care because, hey, we're done as president pretty soon. So put you in charge of that. So we still have a $98 billion surplus. So that goes in, that'll get rid of that brain drain. Let's see, I think that's going to be on its way down. With the corporate tax, it's going to take a few months for that to go all the way through. It's at 8? Damn. I'll do the Green Electronics Initiative. Everybody likes the smart meter program, huh? There we go. Add those in. Oh, failed assassination attempt. They tried. Credit ratings upgraded. Emergency powers are done. So if you are corrupt, I will fetch you using a helicopter to Manila and I will throw you out. I've done this before. Why would I not do it again? Duterte. My favorite quote of his is when he's talking about using condoms, he's like, why would I use a condom? That's like eating candy with the wrapper still on. And like, it was like, what? Dude, you know, you're not supposed to say that. Like, as president. Like, it's just... Anyway. That's Duterte, right? So that's dropping. Feel like we can get rid of the mansion tax. Where's the mansion tax? Right there. Cancel it totally. You know, let's just drop it down a bunch. You know, no, fuck it. We'll cancel the policy. Boom. Let's do a media stunt, see if we can get people to trust us. No, we don't have enough. Damn. What compassionate do we have enough for? Okay, visit aftermath of the flood. Oh man, that was damn. They did not like us there. Okay, we're at the end of it. But yeah, this is the end of our Harris administration. Retire in glory. I think we'll retire in glory. Say we still have to play as Donald Trump here, right? So we'll do that. But hey, you know, we turned everything around. Given the religious people were trying to kill us, but you know, we were going to deal with them. So, new game. States. Okay. So, our party name. Democrats last time. The opposition's still Republicans. No, 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 no. Okay. So now the Democrats. Blue. There we go. Where the Republicans? Red. Let's go with that red. What was starting debt? Put this up just 2 seconds earlier. Of course, it's not there anymore. Is that 34.83 million? Or 34.83 billion. That's like pretty close. Okay. So now we're going to be the best president ever. Let's change ministers. We're going to hire based on loyalty. I'll hire you, Brian Cruz, for that. Hire you, Sean Taylor, for that. Hire you, Nathaniel Ruiz, for that. I'll put Caitlin Turner in charge of tax. I'll put Scott Morales in charge of public services. Yeah, we'll hire you. John Lopez for transport. Guess we'll put Leah in there. So there we go. There's our cabinet. Okay, so we're gonna do this Trump style. So first of all, refugee policy. I think we're gonna say, should we go ban on refugees? Yeah, well, he didn't quite do a total ban, did he? That'd be war zones only. Even that, no, you know what? We're banning them. No refugees in our country. That's the way it goes. Okay, so we got that out of there. What else does Trump want to do? Lower taxes, whatnot. Let's get rid of some of these pollution controls. Down minimal monitoring. Boom. Workplace safety law. We don't really need that. Boom. No workplace safety laws. Don't need them at all. We're good without. Oh yeah, we're gonna build a wall. That is like the top priority now. We're gonna get done the first term, but we will get it done in the second. Quick side note. Border wall, how much? Oh, so that's 40 political capital. We're gonna have to save up for that. It'll take 16 quarters. Okay, you know what? We're gonna just skip the next turn. Save our political capital. Oh yeah, we're gonna ban transgender soldiers. Of course. Like we're gonna keep them around. We're Donald Trump. Already did that once. Capitalism works very well. Anyone who wants to move to North Korea is welcome. Bill Gates. Okay, so we still need 40 political capital for it. I feel like we gotta put tariffs in the meantime. Best tariffs, the biggest tariffs. I'm gonna... Okay, so we're gonna keep 9 political capital. We got 21 last time. How much do we have now? Oh no, we're not letting those foreign fighters back. Screw you. Got a gig economy developing? That sucks. So we're 29, so... I'm tempted to just skip this turn so we got enough political capital to build the wall. Because that is the big one for Donald Trump, ain't it? So we're just going to skip and we're going to build that wall. Okay. Just because you're a journalist, you're not exempt from assassination if you're a son of a bitch. You have, like, some of the best quotes, dude. Oh, we can build the wall. Many experts agree. We need to build that wall. There we go. Look at that. Illegal immigration way down. We're doing that. The most beautiful, bestest wall in the world. See, Donald Trump couldn't build a wall in one term. I'm 3/4 in. We're building that wall. I used a bunch of political capital, but we got it. Surgical strikes? Yeah, we're gonna surgically strike stuff. In fact, I'd strike stuff non-surgically. Spying among friends is never acceptable. Angela Merkel. She said that after it was revealed the U.S. had tapped her phone. No, gender transition. Cancel the policy. Yeah, I think we'll just cancel the policy altogether. Okay, so we've effectively dealt with the transgender issue from the Trump point of view. So that does not exist. Oh, abortion. We gotta drop that down. Oh yeah, we're banning it. It's not even life-threatened anymore, because that's kind of ambiguous. cancel foreign aid. Jeez, I'm wondering what else we should do. I don't think the Republicans have even listed any kind of policy documents yet. I don't think they're going to do it. So we have absolutely nothing to look for, just kind of a lot of Trump's incoherent ramblings to judge what we're going to do here. So our credit rating is downgraded. Fake news is rising. My friends, as I've discovered myself, there are no disasters, only opportunities. Indeed, opportunities for fresh disasters. Boris Johnson. So I don't know what happened last time. We started at like 99% when we started the game. I don't know, maybe it was the ministers we chose. So these guys have all been appointed based upon loyalty to us. Okay. Total ban on abortion. Boom. Let that through. What are we going to do for taxes? We need a flat income tax. We've got to repeal and replace Obamacare with something that I'll tell you about what it is in 2 weeks. And don't need no PBS. State broadcaster. Yeah, it's it is kind of weird, and I mean, you know, there's just people that support him, and I think it was RuPaul put it this way, and it's that, you know, you ever watch Judge Judy? You know, there's always some woman on there. She's like, Judy, he said he just needed to borrow some money for a bit so he could get out of prison for the 5th time. And then when he got out, he went and lived with his baby mama rather than me and didn't pay me back any of the money that he owed me. So now I'm here suing him. It's like, hold on, lady. What part of that story did you not have a major red flag go up to say this guy's not going to pay you any money back? And it's like they just want things to work, and they wanted it to work. And yeah, it's like that with Trump, where it's just like, no, things will just work. Just trust me on this. They'll work. They'll work. You know, we'll build this wall, and that'll stop everything bad from happening. And no, that's just not how it works. Yeah. You know what? Let's cancel family planning. We don't need that. And yeah, whereas I mean, the left's problem is they act like a bunch of know-it-alls, and nobody likes a snob. And so yeah, that seems to be the big problem there. And being described as a stupid bureaucrat with no link to representative democracy is difficult to take. Jean-Claude Juncker. I believe that was Nigel Farage saying that to him. This game is made by British people, so that's why there's a lot of extra British quotes in there from like Theresa May and Boris Johnson and stuff. Okay, so we're getting the wall built, which is just awesome. I think we're going to cancel foreign aid. We've got tariffs. Oh, we need more border controls, I think. We'll do that. We'll bring up armed guards. We're going to actually stop illegal immigration in America. It sucks that world's not going to actually be built till Trump's second term here, so that's going to cause some problems. Oh, we're gonna bring in high community policing. Because I think even Trump would support that. Oh, we gotta... Okay, we've legalized marijuana, right? We gotta do that. Well, that'll be next year. Fake news is widespread in our country. Awesome. Yeah, fake news. We got a new major donor. Thank you, Peter Thiel. Law has been proposed to regulate fat, salt, and sugar content. No, we're not going to do that. We're not regulating anything. I believe that the presidential term should be limited. Vladimir Putin. Hilarious. I think we'd leave that in there. Yeah, we need them border controls. Health tax credits. Is this Obamacare? No. That's tax credits for private stuff. State health service. Okay, I think we need to get rid of this. We'll repeal it and replace it with more health tax credits. That was what, 15 billion? So we'll go like that. And we'll get rid of the state health service next turn. Yeah, well, Putin, you know, when he was first president, he was president for 8 years, and then he, because of term limits, he stepped aside and had Medvedev go there where he became, like, prime minister or whatever. And after 4 years, he came back in as president, and now he's just stayed there. So that's... at the time this game was made, he'd lived by that. We got a food crisis. No, we're banning that violent video game. We're censoring it. Like Donald Trump, you know, he blamed video games for mass shootings. It's not guns, it's video games, which is why there's all those mass shootings that happen in Japan and Korea where they play a hell of a lot more video games than they do here. Anyway, we'll preserve the environment. Jair Bolsonaro. Okay, we're gonna cancel that policy. Oh, can't cancel it? We don't have enough, political capital. Well, we can't get rid of the Department of Education either, huh? Well, we'll drop it down considerably. I want to get rid of all this arts funding. Just ain't worth it. Yeah, it's a ridiculous claim. It's that, you know, there's a line that whenever a big tragedy happens, what people come out and always say is, all this tragedy proves... Where's this person down here rather than up here? Oh well. All this tragedy proves is everything I always thought before was right, and if people listened to me, it wouldn't have happened. And so that's why you always get the, oh, they need to ban games. Or even, I mean, this is kind of controversial to say, it's not really the guns either, although the guns are a major factor in it, because other countries have a considerable amount of guns also, as America, like Switzerland, for example, and they don't have these shootings. But they also have, you know, socialized healthcare and other positive community things that seem to prevent this. Plus, the population's a lot smarter. Credit rating downgraded. Political relationship downgraded. Damn. Polarization shooting up. Is that fake news? Damn. I didn't read what the quote was. No one should be harassed or mistreated because who they are, what they love, or what they believe. Mike Pence. Yeah. Yeah, true. It's, well, it's part of the American myth of, like... Oh, man. Wish there was some way we could get rid of that. Jack these up here a bit. But yeah, it is very much just like a bizarre like religion around it. And I mean there's the great myths of society and how things came to be this way. And there is the argument that you know, in Roman times slaves weren't allowed to own weapons. And it's, are people slaves, or are they equal free citizens? And if the state can have guns, why shouldn't the people be able to be trusted with them? And so, I mean, these are reasonable kind of considerations to make. That, are you a slave? If not, then you should be able to own a gun. But the problem right now in the States isn't that, it's that, you know, people keep doing horrible things with guns here, so polarization, okay. I do feel, ooh, I'm gonna make no comment about the payday loans. I'm gonna bother reading it. I have 5 children. There were 4 boys. The 5th I got weak and a girl came. Jair Bolsonaro. I can't believe he actually said that. Wow. Can we cancel elections? Okay, well, we've done all the immigration stuff. The border wall hasn't gone through yet. Fully, but... Well, oh, we need to, change our view on, religion here, too. Where is gay marriage? We gotta drop that down considerably also. We already dealt with the transgender. There's no kids that are gonna go to school today, have a sex change operation, and then, you know, come home without the parents being told about this. By the way, that does not happen at all. It's very bizarre that Trump claimed that happened like a week ago. Oh, we need to, yeah. We need to ban flag burning. Oh, and we got to ban divorce. The way J.D. Vance says to. Cancel food stamps. I think we can, but we can't right now, can we? Oh, welfare fraud department, we gotta have that going in. Yeah. Oh yeah, but we still have to ban the increased inspections. So we're implementing a bunch of unpopular policies right now, apparently. Angels of Heavenly Justice, you're doing shit again? But we've just improved. There. How do you like that, Angels of Heavenly Justice? Now we're just teaching creationism. Fire you guys? Okay, yeah, you're fired. You're fired. Okay, religious and capitalists like him. Retired and conservatives. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. Boom. Hey, that's gone. Diplomatic immunity. Okay. We got a new donor. Awesome. Marx analyzed what was happening in quite a brilliant way. If we are investing in infrastructure, then we, the public, should get the benefit of it. Jeremy Corbyn. So this makes everyone's happiness go up? If we get rid of press freedom? I feel like we need a crisis situation so we can get emergency powers going on. Prayer, so we got to bring prayer back into school. Yeah, America is a Christian nation. Hate it. Boom. There we go. Obesity's gone. We didn't even do anything. Okay, well, we have become incredibly unpopular at 13% poor voter perceptions and passion. Let's do a speech which makes parents happy. Yeah, we can make them happy at the expense of the other ones there. I think we can make capitalists happy. I don't get why socialists are so happy with us. That seems bizarre. This should increase our happiness across the board. Maybe we can officially have Trump have a third term. I think we get rid of the elections, though. I mean, we're really there. Let's feed a baby lamb. Could you imagine Trump there holding a lamb in his arms? Feeding it with a milk bottle? Yeah, we're gonna go free market here. More campaign speeches. Religious. Make sure the religious people love us. Make sure the capitalists love us. So let's kind of turn around a bit. Okay, we gotta implement some policies that are popular with voters. Yeah, I'll bring in the telecommuting initiative. Okay. Uh-oh. The multicultural warriors don't like us. Debt crisis. Okay, now it's gone. I don't think we got emergency powers though currently. Credit rating's downgraded. Oh, we're Donald Trump. We're gonna pledge to do fucking everything here. That's gonna be that. Oh no, we're out of... Oh, damn. Okay, well... Oh, we can only make 4, huh? Damn. Okay, capitalists will make happy. Conservatives will make happy. Commuters. They'll make the poor happy. Okay. Probably gonna lose here. They rigged the vote. They've rigged the vote. There's no way we lose by this much. We're building a wall. Maybe I just don't know how to play as Donald Trump. Oh well. Yeah, you know, we went, you know, for the conservative capitalists, and you just didn't like it. Oh no, Donald Trump's way up there. We were going that way though. Oh well. I guess we're retired to obscurity. But really, that was all I was planning on doing today. Was just those two. Oh yeah, for sure. I could do one. But I'm going to play Canada, which is actually one of the easier ones to play. So play that. Gonna be the Green Party here. And we'll have the Liberals and the Conservatives. Just gotta see one thing here. Okay. So it's actually, where is that? There we go. Starting debt is currently up to here. Oh, damn. We're actually above where this game goes currently. So we're at 2.18 trillion. Okay, but yeah, that's good for me. Okay, so here we are in Canada. Change our ministers. Okay, I think we'll go suitability. I like that 2.2 political capital. Plus, you like the poor and the retired. So welfare, oof. You guys just don't bring enough political capital to this. Socialist, liberal, yeah, you'll be good for me. Economy. Liberal trade unionist. We'll probably be okay there. Taxes. If you're retired, you'd probably quit after a bit. Socialist state employee, I think you're right in there. Public services. Conservatives and socialists. Oh, man. That might not be good. Well, if we have to get rid of them, we have to get rid of them, right? It's law and order. 1.7 motorist socialist. You'll probably stay good with the socialist part of this. Commuter, ethnic minorities. Socialist parents, 2.1. I think we're going to go with that. Okay. Cool, so here we are in Canada. Now usually first thing I do is I get rid of the oil subsidies. Where are the oil subsidies? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I cancel this policy first. Boom. And then I usually bring in some taxes and try to even out our deficit immediately. So like getting rid of the oil subsidies there, that saves us $7 billion. Plastic tax gets us another $2 billion. I don't think we can do anything now. Now we're down to 1. School sports is there, I think. Can we upgrade community policing? Yeah, we will. Okay, apply those changes. You know what? That's not even worth it. Yeah, we'll up the smart meter program with 1 extra political capital we got. Okay, there we go. It's our first turn. Okay, yes, we will expand public rights away. Because, I mean, the argument here, you know, living in Saskatchewan, we deal with this kind of stuff. They've changed this recently because, like, people end up with hunters on their property going for shit. And, or sometimes snowmobilers will go through people's property and cause problems. So, you know, do deal with that sometimes, but... Okay, so we're not a technological backwater currently. That's awesome. The worst thing for a politician to try and cling to power by every means possible and focus only onto that. Vladimir Putin. Well, well, well. So yeah, Green Party, of course, so we're gonna up the trees that we're planting. Deficit's still 10 billion, huh? What other taxes can we bring in? Packaging tax. Junk food tax will help us get rid of the obesity crisis. And I usually tax drug profits a bit more. Or narcotics, actually will revert changes on that. We got 5 more to do. I do eventually go for a national railway, and that takes as long as the building the wall thing. It costs a shitload of money before it does anything. I think I should raise the carbon tax up the rest of the way. But we'll do that next time. Cycling campaign. That's pretty cheap to do political capital wise. And telecommuting initiative. Stricter driving tests. You know what? Yeah, I would toughen up the tests. This is what I do. Just me, you know. I know motorists don't like it. Personally, I think people should have to retake their driver's test. But... oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Here we have what we call crown land, which is land that's sort of owned by the government. Women like me aren't supposed to run for office. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Yeah, and that goes back to, like, you know, way back when, because we're a constitutional monarchy, or a constitutional monarchy. So we have a parliament here that we elect. We also have a senate, but the senate is unelected, and then we have an executive branch that is the governor general, who is the Queen's representative in Canada, or I guess now the King's representative in Canada. But when King Charles is here in Canada, he is the King of Canada. When he's not here, the Governor General has that position. And it's pretty much ceremonial. I mean, the Governor General, it's a 5-year term. After that, somebody else gets put in. And it's usually whenever they want to do this, they put in somebody that. Yes. I mean, we're a lot like the UK in system. However, we have what is referred to as responsible government. So government can bring in confidence matters. So if a confidence matter is brought into Parliament and it does not pass Parliament, we go to an election. Now, budgets are always confidence matters. Almost always when money is being spent, that's a matter of confidence. And when the leader of the Parliament, being the Prime Minister, if they lose confidence in the House, we go to an election. There's some things that aren't money issues that can be considered confidence. And the Prime Minister can always say, this bill before us is a matter of confidence. And then if the bill doesn't pass, we go to an election. So sometimes this can work out in certain weird ways where, oh man, what are we going to raise taxes for? Oh yeah, CO2. Raise up that carbon tax. I'll do that. Huge carbon tax. Okay. So that part's done. Don't really have any issues there. Anyway, so, yeah, so like, if the other parties can't afford to go to an election right now, sometimes the Prime Minister, if they have a minority, will say, okay, this bill is a matter of confidence. So the other parties are forced in a tough position of either supporting it or going to an election that they're going to lose. So it becomes, it's kind of bizarre things that happen like that. Usually there's a lot of discussion about what exactly they're going to pass in minority situations. Now, majorities, the Prime Minister is essentially a dictator, with the one exception that at any time people can just be like, no, we don't support this issue anymore, we're going to an election right now. But otherwise, you just got to do what the Prime Minister says. And, yeah, Stephen Harper referred to it as a benign dictatorship. So, you know what, let's bring in a trade council. And also tourism. Let's jack that up. Okay. So, uh-oh. That sucks. Media monopoly. We're not going to have a media monopoly. What are you talking about? Current credit rating is a B. This is a bad sign. Oh, okay, we're less than $1 billion deficit now, so that's good. That $2.19 trillion deficit is something else. Increase our arts funding. Love the arts. Portion I usually go to on demand, but we're gonna leave that with 2 doctors' approval right now. And there's up the postal service. Science funding. Okay, recreational drugs. It's going all the way up. Okay, we're good there. Oh, we are banning single-use plastics. Oh no! Okay. I guess that's worth it. Technological backwater's imminent. Oh, we got all that science funding coming in, we'll be fine. I'm supporting David Cameron purely out of cynical self-interest, Boris Johnson. Good old Boris Johnson. Anyway, right now it's looking like here, like Pierre Poilievre of the Conservative Party is going to become our next Prime Minister. We have to go to an election in October of next year at the latest, because we have a 5-year election law. But at any time, the Prime Minister can go to the Governor General and say, hey, I want to have an election. Now, one of the few things the Governor General can do here is they can say, well, I'm going to see if anybody else can gain the confidence of the House of Commons. So smaller parties in there could team up and say, we want this person to be Prime Minister, we've got a supply agreement with them to become Prime Minister. And then the Governor General can say, okay, they're Prime Minister now, even though the other party won the most seats or whatever. So yeah, it's the other thing is we only vote for the person in our local member of parliament. We don't vote for anybody else, and no other member of parliament is supposed to worry about our interests, kind of thing, except the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition. They're the people who are working for everybody. So yeah, that's our system. It works okay. Okay, what are we gonna do? A-Team got a $3 billion surplus. What to do now? Well, let's try to get rid of these red issues here. Okay, yeah. We do also have municipal elections and provincial elections. Provincial, it's the same thing with they're referred to as an MLA, which is a member of the Legislative Assembly. Whereas in Quebec, they're the Assembly de Nationale or whatever. In Ontario, they're members of provincial parliament. But federally, they're members of parliament. And then we do also have a municipal system where we vote for school board. And you choose to either go with public school board or Catholic school board. City councilor and mayor. We actually have a municipal election in about 2 months. Our provincial election is in October. They're about to drop the writ for that. And I really hope the Saskberry doesn't get in again because they are terrible. And it is pretty remarkable how much worse things have got here in the last 4 years. Where, yeah, I mean, they're just playing the worst kind of politics and everything, and, I don't know, it's really just quite upsetting. Anyway. So when I sit here and go, you know, no doubt in my mind, I could do a far better job than these guys are doing. And that gets to me. And, I mean, man, like, okay, in our legislature, I think 3 of the governing party's MLAs have university degrees, the rest don't. And it's all, like, a bunch of, you know, kind of business-type guys. I mean, there's, I think, 1 or 2 lawyers. I think one of them's retiring this year, though, because he's our former MLA. And it's... Yeah, it's... Okay, so in Canada we have this thing called the notwithstanding clause, because we have a constitution. You know what about that? Yeah, you know what? I want the high speed. Oh, no, wait. Oh, man. I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna build a Hyperloop. But I wanted to have a state... Was it a state rail? Ah, well. I like having a state rail company. I think that improves things a lot. So that got removed. Let's implement some clean energy subsidies. So GDP went down. Health went up. Major donor abandoned us. Well, that sucks. We're going to support the protesters. Always support the protesters. And man, okay, like the big thing they did last year was they brought in a pronoun law. okay? And what this is for kids who are in school under the age of 16. If they're he and want to be referred to as she, or she, he, transgender, they have to contact the parents and ask the permission to just refer to the child this way. And who does this apply to? Maybe one or two actual students. But man, so the groups challenged it, saying this is discriminatory against people for, gender identity, which is a protected class within Canada. So they invoked the notwithstanding clause, saying we don't have to follow the constitution of this country to do this. And that's that. And people like, Saskatchewan has never invoked its notwithstanding clause in the 40-year history of our Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. And this is what they do it over? Like, anyway, it was just, like, so bizarre. And then they acted like this was some big issue. And they were like, well, we got lots of letters from people. They got 14 letters, 12 of which were spam letters from one church group that decided this was an issue. Whereas they got hundreds of letters saying, don't do this, you're just signaling out, transgender people for further discrimination for something that isn't even really that much of an issue. Like, it was just... Anyway, it was so bizarre. And really showed us to be the, rednecks of Canada. And completely diverged from all the other provinces. But some think they'd bring this in because amongst the people this is popular with, it's really popular. Damn, we have a $6 billion deficit now. Because I bet you the carbon tax is bringing in less, because we're going to have a bunch more energy efficient stuff going on there. So we need to bring in a new tax. Anyway, it's just so disappointing to see that this is the level of politics we have for discourse. Meanwhile, our elementary school and high school classrooms are hitting about 35 students each per class, which is 5 above where it's supposed to be. We are having to shut down emergency rooms and do limited hours in hospitals, even though, they keep saying, oh yeah, we're fixing healthcare and stuff, and it's just getting worse and worse. There's been times in the city where you have an hour and a half wait for an ambulance. They're doing nothing about that, but man, those kids in school that want to change, that believe their, gender identity is, have gender dysmorphia or whatever. That's the big issue that we need to tell their parents. And anyway, it's just pretty crazy. Yeah, it's it is just crazy. We're going to implement a capital gains tax of 50%. Closer to getting rid of obesity. Okay, that's still pretty high up there. So the junk food tax is still kicking in. Respiratory illness still there, man. What's the pollution like? Okay, that's starting to drop down. What's the environment like? Okay, that's going to start going up. Plastics tax, pollution controls. So we got 7 more to spend. What to spend that on? I will do free school meals. That all the way. City farms. Reduce food price. we'll just keep this. Is that Drug Enforcement Agency? Racial Discrimination Act. Is this disability benefits? It's going to cost another $2 billion, but we'll do that. Okay, that's a big deal. Now we're not having a media monopoly. Choosing a president, we really don't choose a Republican or Democrat, a conservative or liberal. We choose a leader. Rudy Giuliani. This is back when he still had some credibility. But yeah, the other thing is, like, we had a mass stabbing incident happen here. I think it was 2 years ago. And this one really, really bugged me because of the double standard, and a bizarre, hypocritical double standard. So, Scott Moore, our premier, also owns a farm. So while this was happening, he was out at his farm. Damn. Damage in that statue. That's pretty crazy. So anyway, well, the premier, you know, he's doing his farming, and then this mass stabbing happens. I think 11 people died, 20 were injured. It was the worst mass killing in our provincial history. And the next day he comes out and does a video where he sets up his phone on his combine and is standing there with like a baseball hat on and stuff to do the big sympathy video. And I'm sure what happened was he talked to Justin Trudeau, our prime minister, and said, Trudeau's like, well, I'm going to, you know, make a statement to the public today. And Scott went, oh, well, geez, I better beat you to that. So then he did this, and people were like, what kind of redneck hick shit is this, man? You're fucking pulling over your combine in the middle of your field, setting up your phone, saying, oh, you know, this is a horrible tragedy. There are no words to discuss how bad this is and to explain it. And, you know, it's awful. And then he turned the phone off, and that was his statement. And the people on the right were like, well, that sounded really reasonable and really heartfelt and stuff. And myself and a bunch of other people were like, if Justin Trudeau showed up in a fucking, like, wetsuit from surfing, it's like, hey, bro, I'm just going to take a break from the waves to tell you, sorry, condolences to the families of the 11 people who were stabbed to death in Saskatchewan. Well, people would be like, what the fuck, man? Like, show some goddamn respect. And instead, Scott Moe doesn't even take off his hat to say this is the worst criminal tragedy in our provincial history. And man, it's just awful. But I've you know, now I'm gonna hop back on my combine and keep harvesting. And yeah, I think that one comment got the most likes I've ever had on Twitter, where I was like, dude, like, this is just, where's the class, man? Like, this isn't acceptable, man. You can't just do this. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know why that really bugged me that much, but I was just like, man, this is just, it just struck me as, like, pathetic. Like, what kind of cowardly shit is this? It's like, okay, seeing Trump give that big thumbs up in Arlington. I'm like, why are you standing in front of a grave giving a thumbs up? That is one of the weirdest fucking things I've ever seen anybody do ever. What's wrong with you? And yeah. Anyway, we should raise the alcohol tax and the tobacco tax, but we'll have to do that next time. We'll raise up the microgeneration grants, and then we'll increase the taxes on tobacco and stuff. Fuck. Okay, so we got pollution under control, but our credit rating went down. So tax evasion's going up because of the capital gains tax. I give myself an A+, Donald Trump. Okay. Our deficit's going to go higher. What we need to do, I think, is implement a public tax returns to stop the stop the tax evasion crisis from getting worse. We'll up that to there. We're probably going to have to raise income tax. Maybe even bring in a... I'll support gay adoption, thank you very much. Okay, we're getting a debt crisis because we raised the debt up to what it's currently at in Canada. A lot of these so-called left positions are actually centrist by the standards of the American people, not just by members of the American Congress. Okay. Well, that is good to know. Yeah, we're... Oh, okay, so that's what's happening. So the carbon tax is going down because the amount of pollution is going down a bunch. Okay, so we got the tax on superstores. What can we reduce? Debt interest, state schools. It's really state pensions. Those high-speed rail subsidies are gonna kind of kill us until it actually gets off the ground. Openly gay leader, tax evasion. Damn. The automation tax is going to cause the corporate exodus. Damn. At one point, people are going to have to realize that maybe I'm knowing what I'm doing. That's great, Trudeau. So we still have a $4 billion deficit. Ah, man. Don't want to take this down too much. Okay, if we take it down there for now, that'll get our deficit out of there. Oh, we can leave that as is. How close are we to having... Okay, almost dealt with that. We got pollution dealt with, right? So... I usually wait longer to implement the rail subsidies. But, I decided to say, screw it, let's do it right now. Implement a diverted profits tax. Okay. Oh, I'm going to criticize the loans. Poverty's going up. Media monopoly's not going to happen. Well, I mean, the real attack on truth is tabloid journalism in the United States. Julian Assange. I'm glad he's home. Okay, so we've almost got both those healthcare crises done. Okay. That's good stuff. That. Let's raise tobacco taxes. We'll criticize the monarch. And we got a corporate exodus on our hands now, okay. So we're probably gonna have to get rid of the corporation tax. Someone like France to become Cuba without the sun or Venezuela without the oil. Emmanuel Macron, okay. Well, that's wonderful there, Mr. Macron. tax completely right now. That should work out. I mean, we should end up losing these modifiers here, which will hopefully improve the situation otherwise. Oh, that sucks. Tourist killed in the animal attack. You know, here, there's two big national parks near us. One's Banff National Park, which is pretty famous. Oh, shit. How's our debt crisis gone up to there? Fuck, it's gonna trigger. Okay, even oil companies don't need incentive of $4 billion to go and explore. So my grandpop would say, they're doing just fine, thanks you, Joe Biden. Alright. Okay, yeah, that's gonna keep dropping in the amount of money it makes. But hey, we'll have that gone pretty soon. Takes 8 turns for the corporate tax to turn around. That might also get rid of the uncompetitive economy. And what about tax evasion? Is that... Oh, that's going to go down a bit more. It's the income tax that's causing the problems there. These high-speed rail subsidies are causing us problems too. Damn. Well, is there a tax we can bring in that would solve that? Yeah, we'll implement a frequent flyer tax. And a packaging tax. Can't believe you don't have that already. Okay. We'll go like that. Factory farming lot. Yeah, we'll set tougher standards. People should not be in a position where their children have access to weapons and ammunition. Joe Biden. That's good advice. Damn, I wish that hadn't gone up quite so high. Okay, so that should be done in just a bit. Didn't want to do that, but kind of had to. Okay, that should get rid of our deficit, and we'll get rid of this debt crisis pretty quick here. Just as we pay off stuff. Hey, obesity's gone. Say no to those power lines. So obesity's done. We got emergency powers. It's the debt crisis. I don't believe there's a red state in America where people believe you should cut Medicare, Social Security, and veterans benefits rather than doing away with corporate tax loopholes. Bernie Sanders. Yes, beautiful Bernie. Okay, well, got ourselves in a bit of a pickle here. Our deficit's still 5.6 billion. whenever that's gone and the uncompetitive economy's gone, that'll jack up our GDP. Which is, yeah, kind of taking a nosedive. So maybe we need to do things to increase our GDP right now. I'll do that. Doing that. It gets us a bit of money though, right? So credit rating downgraded again. We have an egalitarian society though. We'll do that. Get our subsidies there. Okay, wow. So the carbon tax makes no money anymore. At all. So that's kind of screwed us there. So we've actually dealt with pollution now and... Okay, cool, and that's going to stop triggering. So that'll at least improve health. Nobody's taking a plane. So that's... Oh, okay. So this is costing us money? Well, not reducing air travel? That's hilarious. That is hilarious. So our problem is we were taxing pollution and now there's no more pollution. So we're not getting any money from it anymore. I think we're going to have to implement some helicopter money here. Yeah, we'll do that. Respiratory disease gone. Our minister's resigned. Let's manage cabinet. We'll also fire you. Okay, now we need to hire people. We're going to be coming up to campaign soon, so I think we're going to go with good campaigners. Poor and conservatives, okay. Hopefully we can keep them around for a bit. Capitalist and poor. Okay, there we go. So crime's down, poverty's down, education's down also. Okay, so we solved the obesity crisis. We solved the one other crisis. Okay. Ooh. So the corporate exodus is about to end. Our competitive economy is close to ending. I feel like we... Yeah, no. Can't do that. Let's go by which one's most popular. Plastic bag tax, that'll get us like nothing though. Is this one the most popular here? What the hell? Oh, this is already by popularity, okay. Okay, so bring in a mansion tax, I guess. Corporate exodus is done. Environmental protest is done. Endangered species have come back. Awesome. Credit rating is downgraded again. And we got to do some campaign speeches. Okay, environmentalists are already 100% happy. Wow. Capitalists are not happy. Liberals could be happier. Retired. I think we're going to be in a bit of trouble here. Okay, so what tax can we bring in now? Punitive wealth tax. Okay. Free votes, might as well take it. I'll give that speech. So hopefully this turns things around for us, despite there being a death crisis. Man, we've just been too good on ending pollution. And now we don't get any money from our carbon tax. So that's pretty funny. I don't see how we get out of this without some major new tax. I'll support that. 34%, but we got three people or three parties here, so we might still make it. And we'll add commuters to that. Capitalists just aren't getting happier, man. Yeah, we'll do that. See if it's boosts us. Geez, 12%. That's We still have 13 billion to do. I want to up our income tax even more. What? How's that doing? We up that. Okay, come on. Stick with the Green Party. Shit. Oh, they're gone with the Conservatives. Voted out, darn. Retired obscurity. Okay, well, that sucked. I should have gone with the rail subsidies right off the bat. Especially upping the... Because upping the debt right at the start, that's what caused that debt crisis. Because we would have had so much more wiggle room without that. But because the debt was already so high compared to GDP ratio, because said, hey, why keep it the way the game says? Let's bring it up to where it's supposed to be, for where it currently is for Canada. Hey, you know, that's how it goes. Can't win them all. Yep. Hey, we eliminated pollution of the country to the point that the carbon tax was making no money. Like, we eliminated the obesity crisis and the respiratory illness crisis. That's pretty good, you know? Got rid of pollution. That's what a Green Party's supposed to do. Anyway, but yeah, with that, I think I'm going to call that a stream. It's shorter than usual, but... Hey, you know. Actually, what are these down here? Oh, these are the DLCs. Yeah. I was tempted to buy these, but it's like, it doesn't really add, like, this just adds a few more countries to play as, and then this adds more events, and then this adds, different voting systems. But they're all like 15 bucks each, and the game itself was like 25 or 28 bucks or something when I bought it initially. And people were like, these are all rip-offs, they don't provide anywhere near enough extra content, so... Yeah. It's just that there's not enough there. Like, if I got all three of those for 15 bucks, I'd be right there. But each one, it just feels wrong. So, but anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching once again, and hope the debate tonight goes better for the Democrats than the last one. But hey, we'll find out. And yeah. Anyway, good night, and. Either way, it's going to be pretty good. At least I think it will be. So, I'm going to actually watch this one, because the last one I was like, nah, I'm not interested. And I had to watch all the highlights afterwards of Joe Biden screwing things up. So, anyway, but yeah. Once again, cheers, thanks for watching. And I will see you tomorrow, and I'll be playing some Stranded Alien Dawn tomorrow. Because they've got a zombies mod for it now. So I'm like, hey, zombies and Stranded Alien Dawn? That sounds pretty cool. I gotta check that out. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow, and I'll see you there, hopefully. Anyway, cheers. Peace. Bye.